Cillizza is with us, journalist, senior advisor for the DGA Group. Welcome back.
Hello, my friend.
Hello, hello. Isn't this like Trump talking about his crowd size?
Oh, my. So, okay, I went through the transcript. I'm so glad you said that, because not only did Biden say in that clip we just played where he said, you know, the enthusiasm, he literally says, I went to Atlanta, I went to Charlotte, you should see the crowd sizes. And I'm thinking, this is exactly Trumpian. I mean, this is the thing that Democrats went wild about, that, you know, and somewhat rightfully so. Donald Trump would say, like, well, I can do whatever because I get big crowds. It's like, well, you can't necessarily do that. And the same thing goes for Biden. Just because people came to a rally after the debate in North Carolina and he was pretty good by all lights doesn't mean anything, right? The question is not, is Joe Biden out of it all the time? There's very few people except on the extreme left and the extreme right saying that. The question is, how often is he in a state like he was during the debate? And is it getting worse? Because we're not talking about Joe Biden. I always tell people this. We're not talking about the end of Joe Biden's second term, right? Well, he's got 4 months left in his term and let him ride it out. But he's running for a second term.
I guess to the other point, though, and this is where I feel like so much of the conversation of the past week has missed the point, which is, if he is like that, like he was in the debate at any moment, right? At 3 a.m. when the phone rings, if you don't know which Joe Biden you're getting, how is that not disqualifying as president today? So
I will say I'm stunned, candidly, that he's still the candidate. I thought, having watched that debate, given everything, right, it wasn't just the debate. There were 18 months of polls that told us the average folks were concerned about his age and his competence.
You don't think we can put the genie back in the bottle?
I don't. And it seems odd to me that Democrats, including elected officials who are going to be on the ballot, aren't saying we can't put the genie back in the bottle. Because I'm with you, Leland. Like, if you look at...
You know, we have one of those coming up, which is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She may be listening right now. What would you ask her? I'm taking notes here.
Sure. I would say, are you completely confident that the Joe Biden we saw in the debate is not possible for that to happen between now and January 2029? And if you are, how are you? What gives you that that confidence, that certitude? The thing, I was in the green room thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Bill O'Reilly, but I'm agreeing with Bill O'Reilly in the sense that I do think the way out for Biden, if I were him, is take a cognitive test. Show that you are in fact... Go ahead, sorry.
Next point. We always talk about the quad box, right? CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, NewsNation. All were playing the news conference today, questions about the president's cognitive health. The problem may not be the debate, right? It's the problem that Joe Biden doesn't have or is unable to fix the debate by taking a cognitive test, holding a news conference every Monday at 6 p.m., whatever it is, he can't do it.
That, to me, is the issue. People say, like, well, he'll just hold a press conference every week. It's like, well, that was the advice that people, at least some people I know I was, were, I mean, unofficially, but saying, if Joe Biden wants to solve this age and competence problem, which is not new, by the way, just again, to reiterate, yes, the debate made it worse, but 18 months ago we were talking about this. If he wants to solve that problem, what you do is you put him out there. Now, is it a risk? Sure, it's a little bit of a risk. This is pre-debate. He's 81 years old. He clearly moves slower. There's some reports that he thinks a little bit slower, but you got to put him out there. Why didn't they put him out there?
Now we know.
Right, because they didn't, because of what we saw in the debate. They were worried that would happen, which again raises the question to me with all these Democratic elected officials, like, are you comfortable? Forget the politics of, do you think he can win? Are you comfortable with this person being the president of the United States for 4 more years? Because look, it is unlikely that Joe Biden at 81 is going to be more with it than Joe Biden at 85. He may be equally with it, but he's certainly going to be more. He's not aging backward.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.